Hi, my name is Ryan. I'm a project manager with ServiceMaster by Zaba. Today we're working in a condo unit in Buffalo Grove that is dealing with a broken pipe in the bathroom. We just completed our mitigation services, which include demo, cleanup, sanitizing, setting up equipment so we can dry. We're going to start in the source room, which is the hallway bathroom. The pipe broke behind the shower wall. We could tell it was already fixed. However, it didn't stop the water from damaging about half of the unit. Now, we tried to save as much tile as we could. However, it was breaking when we cut the bottom 2 feet, so we ended up having to take it out all the way up to where it stopped. The reason we did that is because the framing behind the walls got wet since water traveled both outwards and behind. The floors here were tile as well. Water did get underneath those and the floor was saturated. Now we're in the hallway right outside of the source room. Here, we had hardwood floor and plywood that had to come off. The hardwood floor was already starting to buckle, and the plywood was saturated as well. When we removed it, we saw that the concrete had water trapped underneath it, which is why we had to remove it. Drywall was also affected, which is why we did the 2-foot flood cutting here. And you can see throughout the rest of the home, we followed that. There was also hardwood flooring here. We had to do a 2-foot flood cut around this. Insulation was removed out of these walls. Now we're going to continue to the master bedroom and master bathroom. Start with the master bathroom. Same thing happened as the hallway bathroom where the tile wasn't able to come out safely at the 2 feet level, so we had to take it out completely. And there was tile floor here as well. You can still see that there is some saturation. That is because we finished this room today, but with the equipment drying for the next few days, we will dry everything out completely, making sure it's safe for rebuild. Here's the master bedroom. The hardwood floor and plywood came up from here today as well. You can still see the saturation on the concrete itself. So again, once we continue drying, it'll help dry everything out. We're in the living room and dining room now, which are the last 2 affected areas from the water. However, I did want to speak on what we have going on here. We understand that people care about their items and we want to treat every home as if it's our own. So we moved all of the contents for the homeowner. We wrapped it all in plastic just to make sure that we take care of it properly and don't damage it while demo is occurring. We did that here. It's how we did that in the dining room as well. These are from the bathroom. We wanted to make sure that they were easily visible. That way no one damages them accidentally moving something or not being able to see them behind the plastic. But back to the damage. There was hardwood flooring and plywood here that also had to get removed. This was all finished yesterday. But we're still drying out the framing, which is why the equipment is still in place. And you can tell that the equipment is set up along the walls to create a vortex. This allows airflow to spread and follow in a path where it's consistently drying. Now we're going to turn on the air movers and dehumidifiers to continue the drying to make sure there's no more moisture left in the home or on the framing, just allowing us to reach drying standards and prepare for a proper rebuild. Now we have 2 dehumidifiers and 22 air movers in there. It may sound like a lot, but we need to make sure that we dry every square foot of affected material. To do so in order to meet IICRC guidelines for drying and to hit our dry standards. If there's not enough airflow, we wouldn't be able to dry in the 4-day time. That leaves a risk for microbial growth, which will lead to mold. Now it's a little noisy in there, but we'll take you on one more tour to see all the equipment.
It was hard to hear me over the equipment, so I'm going to be doing a voiceover now. Here I'm explaining that we set up equipment along the walls and in bigger rooms, one down the middle, to make sure that air circulates around. Here we have a dehumidifier. It's going to work simultaneously with the air movers, and any water that condenses will travel down that tube into the nearest drain. The hallway has one pointing towards the master bedroom. In these bathrooms, I have 2 air movers just to make sure that airflow circulates in those 2. In bedroom 2, we set up 4, one along the closets, and then the remaining 3 along the other walls of the bedroom. Again, just to circulate the airflow and create that vortex. And in the master bedroom, I have 5 air movers since it's a little bigger. One along each wall and one down the middle, as well as our dehu to help dry.
Now if you or somebody you know is dealing with water damage and isn't sure what to do, give us a call at 773-647-1985. We'll be able to help you navigate your claim and take care of your home.